What's up, guys? Hope you all are doing well. Today, we are joined by WES DERWINSKY, and we are talking Strongest Man on Earth at the Shaw Classic, August 17th and 18th. The hype is building, and this contest is going to be absolutely incredible. Wes, how you doing today, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Happy to be here.
That's great, man. So, how is your prep going? Talk us through, this build up, how the body's feeling, how you're adapting to these events. Are you excited about the big weights? Just kind of give us a rundown.
Yeah, prep's going pretty good. Like most people, you have little setbacks here and there. No big deal. It's just strongman. You make it through. But also, like a few other guys competing, we have North America's strongest man as well a few weeks before. Thankfully, the events line up pretty well and overlap fairly well. But yeah, I'm just very excited to get out to strongest man on earth, and I like the 2 day 8 to 10 event format. I tend to usually do better in the longer shows. My recovery seems to be more on the higher end of some of the guys that at least I've competed with in the past. But yeah, I'm just excited to get out there and compete with the strongest men on the earth.
I love it, man, and that format is different, but I feel like it's the obviously the best way to test every facet of strength, and
Yeah,
really, with the contest, we have more competitors and the 8 events. So saying that you're going to recover, because a lot of guys will come out of the gate in day one and go get kind of gangbusters on day one, and then all of a sudden wake up day two kind of feel like they got hit by a truck and their performance goes
yeah,
down. So it's awesome to hear that you like that, and that you feel like you potentially will do better with that format.
yeah. Potentially is definitely the key word there. Yeah,
No, that's good, man. So talking about the events, I mean, do you like the heavier weights typically? Is that something that you thrive on?
Yeah. Coming up doing all JF shows, like he always runs them heavy and long like that in the 2 days. So, yeah, I like the heavier events because we find out who the strongest person is on that weekend or that day.
Absolutely, yeah, and JF Carone for sure, man. Him and I very much see eye to eye on the way that contest should be run, and different facets of strength for sure.
Yeah,
So he if you've done some of his stuff, you're definitely in tune with what's going to happen there, and that's very good to hear. So speaking of individual events, I can kind of guess what maybe one event you're excited about, but tell me the events that you are excited about, that you feel like fit you very well.
the ones that fit me obviously is the keg toss. Outside of that, the wheelbarrow into the arm over arm. I should do fairly well. I have a good grip. I know, at least in my head, I think how the wheelbarrow is going to go. I have some farming experience. I know those tires are pretty soft, so I know like you really have to drive into that wheelbarrow. It's not just something you can pick up and just slowly walk into. You really have to drive into it. So looking forward to that event. Looking forward to the max deadlift just to see if we can training's gone well enough that we can set up our and truly just see where the other guys also end up in that event. But overall, I don't have anything that really stands out. I'd like to think I'm a little bit more of a well-rounded strongman than just someone who has like peaks and valleys. But yeah, just see where I hang once again after Worlds with this group of men.
I love it, man. I love it. I mean, there's something to be said without a doubt for being well rounded and always being in the good points on each event. And it's interesting you say about having some farming experience, and the power medley this year, with we're using balers and tractors, and understanding how you're going to have to attack that. I know for the testing without a doubt on that event. it was very, very different than, you
Yeah,
know, the typical wheelbarrow is solid, and you pick it up and you almost get a little bit of tilt and some momentum coming
yeah,
forward. But this one is not only the grip, but then you do have to drive into it really hard. So I'm excited, man, to see you guys attack that one. And I think that the crowd is too, because it's going to look like something with all that farm equipment out on the floor. And you guys go into
yeah.
battle for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing for sure. And obviously, the bigger the implements that we use, or the more implements that people see in their day-to-day life, make it much more exciting. So the fact you're bringing in actual farming equipment is awesome.
It's going to be fun, man. It is 100% going to be fun. So, other events, are there any events that you're concerned about that you're not quite sure how they're gonna roll out, or you know that in your training you're like, man, this one's going to be a tough one? Are there any of those for you?
It'd probably be the log axle medley. I'm a pretty good log presser, but when it comes to one of the slimmer guys, so I don't quite have the power belly to rest an axle on. And we're working on it hard, but it just, you know, finishing that medley probably isn't in the cards, but three, maybe four implements would be a very good day. But we're just gonna take it one event at a time, and hopefully get the best result we can on that event.
That's, well, I mean, that's the right way to attack it, man. You know, something like that. If you could go out there, because there will be time splits on that as well,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, if you get three done in a really good time, hopefully you can knock off some other guys that are able to get three and be a little bit quicker. And I mean, that's, you know, going into each event, this is what makes it so fascinating, is the strategy of what it's going to take to excel at that event. And you know, especially
Yeah.
based on your strengths and weaknesses, because other guys may not worry as much about going as quick because they're confident they're going to
Mhm.
get through all the implements, and then that's a whole new strategy
Yeah.
too. So, you know, it sounds like you're playing it right, man. For sure. Are you excited about the manhood stones at all?
I am, yeah. This would be the first time, like, well, since you guys did them back in the Arnolds, that like there's really a true heavy set of stones. But yeah, I think myself and Tristan and Max, like we could potentially set a Canadian stone record. I believe it's 490 here we have to like 50 inches to one of our podiums that I know you've loaded stones to, so you know how hard those are.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that I believe that 500 or possibly the 550 would be a Canadian record. So if one of us could set that record, that'd be a cherry on the Sunday.
I love it, man. Well, I actually didn't know that. I'm glad you
Yeah.
brought that up, because I mean, that is something for sure, man. So a 500, what you're saying is a 500-pound stone has never been loaded by
I
Canadian.
believe so. Not in competition. I think one or two guys have loaded one at the gym. I
Yeah.
don't know how official the weighing has been. So 100% 550 will be a Canadian record, but I'm on the fence about the 500. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll check with JF a little bit more or something, and get some insight. But that sounds awesome. I mean, any of you guys getting after that, and being able to go past 500, potentially
Yeah.
550, man, is going to be that'll be huge.
Yeah. I am actually excited about that event just to see, because all I know, out of the three of us, Max is definitely probably the better stone lifter. But I think me and Tristan are on par for kind of, an event in my eyes. So it'll be interesting to see where the three of us finish in that event.
So is there going to be a little bit of inside talk between you three on that?
Maybe, who knows? Yeah. Team Canada versus Team USA always.
I love it. I love it, man. No, that's great. So overall, going into this, have you thought about what your goal is for where you're going to finish? Like, what are you expecting from yourself? What's gonna make you happy going into this contest? Because it's a huge stage. it's, you know, obviously a lot of pressure there. You're walking in with a huge opportunity to really, you know, level up and you know, lay it on the line, so to speak. But what's gonna make you happy?
Um, at least I would need to be top 10 to even be remotely pleased with my performance.
Okay.
Um, but finishing sixth at Worlds, so finishing, you know, five, six, or seven, to just in my eyes between Worlds and this show, to say that, you know, I truly am maybe the fifth, sixth, or seventh strongest person in the world, just to be almost averaging out, sort of say. But you know, we're going to be. I'd really like to try and crack top five, and that would be a really good accomplishment. And I don't think it's out of the cards. But I'd say five, six, or seven is where I think I should fall. Looking at these events.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, I tell you what, you get in that mix, and there's enough
Yeah,
points with these events where really anything can happen. You know, I mean, if you start talking about that, because I think it's gonna be pretty stacked up, like all the
yeah,
way through the first spots. And you know, all it takes is one, you know, one event to not go well, and you could potentially drop or
yeah,
gain a lot of points if it does go well. So it's exciting,
yeah.
man. I'm pumped. I'm pumped to see you out there and, you know, see what you can do. And I guess you could let us know. Do you think you're going to win the keg toss? That's the one we haven't jumped into. Are you going to throw that out there? Are you willing to?
With Thor in the mix, winning, I don't know is that's a very hard thing to do. We keep making jokes. I'm the, you know, everyone that I'm throwing against is about a foot taller than me and 100 pounds heavier than me. And, you know, we're throwing kind of on par, but Thor and Tom have the leverages, as did yourself, to truly just set a record in my eyes that can be untouched. Whereas I'm giving almost everything I got every throw, especially once we get to that world record height. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely be in the top three. But again, you know, you throw something just a little off, you release it a little early, or you release it a little late, and it doesn't go over the bar. I have video from World's Strongest Man. My second throw at the record that we all tied on, my keg went about 6, 8 inches over the bar, but I was just too far away. It didn't go over the bar; it just cleared the bar.
Sure.
So the possibility is there, but uh, I'll guarantee a top three finish in that for sure.
Okay, okay, that's fair, man. That's fair. I mean, it's the setup is crazy. It's honestly
Yeah,
it's really cool. So I'm excited for you to see that, and we've got a, you know, a bar that obviously moves. It'll be set
yeah,
up perfectly, and then we've actually built a entire net around it to catch the
okay,
kites as they come back down. So it'll look wild, man. I mean, when you walk out there, and I think just being in the arena, like in front of that with that crowd, I think you're gonna find a little bit more power. So it'll be
yeah,
interesting to see what happens.
yeah. Sounds good. I can't wait.
I love it, man. Well, thank you for hopping on today, brother, and I wish you all the best with the rest of your prep, and can't wait to see you out here in Colorado, man. It's gonna be fun.
Thank you very much. Can't wait to get out there.
You got it, man. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Give Wes some love in the comments. Any more info that you want will be at theshawclassic.com, August 17th and 18th. It's going down. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be fun, and I know that all of you are pumped about it. I sure am. Wes, keep killing it, man, and we will see you soon.
Thanks. Have a good one.
All right, buddy. Take care.